Call this meeting to order of the Hawarden City Council. This is our regular City Council meeting in the Hawarden City Hall Council Chambers Room. It is Wednesday, September 10, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. Starting on our first agenda item, 1A, is approval of the August 27th, 2025 regular meeting minutes you have in your packet. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor of approving the regular minutes from August 27th, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. 1B, approval of the September 10th, 2025 claims for payment. Also in your packet. Could I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve the September 10th claims.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor of approving the claims for payment from September 10th, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. At this time, we have open business from the community. Is there anyone who would like to speak to us tonight? Okay. We will move on to the mayor's report. I do not have a report tonight, so we go to staff reports. Jacob.
The only thing I was going to discuss is to make sure that everybody here is aware that I'll be gone for the next couple weeks for military training. So tomorrow will be my last day, and then I'll be back on the 29th.
Okay. Good luck on your service there. We appreciate that. We will look forward to your return. Travis.
Reminder, citywide cleanup this fall is September 26, 27, 28. Work is progressing on the city park shelter, and we've been talking internally, trying to come up with a new name instead of just calling it the park shelter or the enclosed shelter. I think it'd be a perfect time to rename it, so if council members or any citizens have any good ideas, we'd love to hear them. It is in the Memorial Park, so something that goes with that or something historical with Hawarden. We're just trying to brainstorm, so we could use all the help we can.
The rocket slide.
Yeah.
Everybody always comes back and says,
Yeah.
it's still there.
Utilities are in at the condos on 16th and L. Construction's begun for condos at 20th Street and Avenue H Place. So we'll be working to get those utilities in this fall. We just completed our Iowa Utility Commission gas inspection. That was this week. All went well. And then next week we have our electrical inspection with the IUC. So just keep plugging away.
Okay, thank you, Travis. Thanks for all your work on that. I know it's a busy time. Chief DePriest.
Nothing at this time.
Carol.
We had a very successful partner meeting last Friday for the Northwest Iowa developers. It went very well. The awards were well received. Other than that, just cleaning up some flood stuff and starting the fall projects.
Okay, great. Thank you, Carol. And Jenny. All right. At this time, we'll go on to council comments. Do we have any comments from council? Seeing none, we'll go on to other agenda items. We've got a presentation from Julie Madden on the Hawarden Farmers Market and Crafts. Julie.
Hi.
Hi.
Many of you may know me as the former editor of the Akron Hometowner. I was at that position for about 22 years and retired in 2023. And I told Jacob I'd only speak for 3 minutes, so let me start my time. And a little bit last week when I had a customer call me and say, hey, where are you going to be tonight? And I go, well, what do you mean? And she said, well, there's a dirt pile where you're usually at. And I said, I don't know. And this is like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I frantically called City Hall and tried to figure out if there was still room for us or we could go there. And when I was done with that, I thought, you know, I haven't told any of you guys what the Hawarden Farmers Market is. I just took over as the manager position. I'm the new Lester Jansen, since he is now in a nursing home. And the farmers market has been around for decades. I don't know how long. It was part of the Kiwanis Club, And my understanding was that Linda Hughes and Lester were the last two of the Kiwanis Club, I think. And when Linda Hughes died, she made her sister Karen Longhorn promise to keep it going. And so my understanding is Karen has all the say of what goes on with it. And when she got married this last fall, she said, hey, I need a manager so I can have some more free time with my new husband. Jerry Wakeman is our main produce person. He thinks he's been there at least 3 decades. I think I've been there 10 years. I do baked goods. Once in a while, I would cook food and stuff like that, or I should say I tried to last year, but it was hard competing with the American Cross free hamburgers driving by after the flood, and so we stopped that. We're really important to your community because one of the things we do is we offer WIC and senior nutrition program vouchers. I shouldn't say we offer them, we accept them. And I would say 80 to 90% of our customers qualify, whether they're low-income families or they're elderly that are also low income. This year, they didn't get their vouchers. They changed the whole system with the state reorganizing IDLs, and then the federal government cut money to the programs, and so they had to apply for them. And how they did that was the organization that had control, I believe it's somebody out of Algona. I couldn't figure out where I put my notes, but I called her and she said, oh, we looked at the stats and it said these people used all of their vouchers last year, so we sent them an application to apply. But the people that we know used all their vouchers weren't getting applications. So we tracked it down and figured out that some vendors don't turn them in. Well, last year was the first year that vendors had to do everything online to get their money back. So, and the system wasn't really working at the end of the season, so I'm sure they just tossed it aside and said, oh, that was a loss of money, no big deal. And some of them, out of the goodness of their heart, never turn them in. And so that caused problems. So we worked with Congressman Feenstra's office and got vouchers, and they just received those 2 weeks ago. And so we're very important to that because the produce vendors or a honey vendor has to guarantee that they'll be here consecutive for 11 weeks and that they will stay the whole 2-hour time, so that we're always available for whoever shows up with those vouchers. And then while we're there, we also answer all kinds of questions. Right before Big Sioux River Days, a camper pulled in and goes, can we camp here? And I said, I don't know. And I thought, well, the only number I would know after 5 is 911, and that's not appropriate. So I got on your website and found out how they could camp there, and then put them in touch with the Chamber's website so they could do all the activities. And we do that quite often. If somebody comes up there, you guys have had lots of construction workers and stuff needing to know where they can camp or where a motel or stuff, we'll pass that on. Our location is well established. It's been for, well, as long as I've been here, at least, along the sidewalk on the way to the shelter house. And so last week, when we were looking for a place, we discovered, when I came to town with Travis's help, that we could actually just move ourselves up to the curb. The only disadvantage of that is a lot of our elderly are pretty, what's the word I want, feeble. And stepping up on that curb and walking even 5-6 feet on grass can be a challenge for them. But we're willing to go out to their car. I didn't put us right on the curb because I'm also a former driver's license examiner, and I know sometimes people get their feet confused, and I didn't want us to be ran over by a car. So I just wanted to make you aware that we are here in town, and we're very happy to be at the park. There was a question brought to us, well, you charge vendors money, you could do like a peddler's license and come downtown, or and other things. Well, we only charge $5. And at this time, most of the summer, there's been 3 vendors. We started out with 8, but one pregnancy wiped her out. Another one, the husband got really sick with heart, so they sold out and moved to Sioux Falls, and you just never know. Oops, I'm past my time, it's telling me.
You're fine.
So I just wanted to let you guys know that we're here. We start the 3rd week in June usually, and we go through as late as possible into October. This year we'll be stopping, I think it's October 23rd. We're every Thursday 5 to 7. stop down, come see us. We always try and post on our Facebook page as well as the Hawarden, Iowa page that we are there. I'm not very good at doing videos, so when you watch them, know it's an amateur, and stuff. And I'm here to answer any questions you might have. Tell you we like our spot, and we'll be here through then. We would probably try and go to the very last week in October, but Jerry has some health problems and is going to have a procedure done that last week. And technically, a farmer's market is not a farmer's market if you don't have produce. I'll tell you who the 3 vendors that have been here all summer: myself, Jerry, and then Carol Wenzel, the First Baptist Church Minister's Wife. We have crafts, jams and jellies, honey. We had eggs earlier, and lots of garden produce. Jerry flooded out last year. This year, he's gung-ho and he's back in, and stuff. So we're great to be able to offer all that to the people. And if you have any questions, I'll answer them.
I'm aware of the farmer's market's been here for years, just like you said, and a lot of the elderly, like me, only I don't use the coupons or whatever. They do go there because they want fresh produce, and I think it's a nice place to have an outing, and it's a good service for the community.
I have one more thing I'll say. I'm a member of the Iowa Farmers Market Association at the state level. I served 3 years on that board. I attend all of the health inspectors' farmers market training meetings, mainly for the Akron one. I do Sioux City, Akron, and Hawarden farmers markets. I am Serve Safe certified, and so it's not, you just can't drop your stuff here or come into town and say, I'm going to sell this. It has to meet the quality of the state and federal regulations for food and stuff, and I'm pretty strict on that. I don't want somebody getting sick, and I don't want somebody saying, well, that watermelon looks like one from Walmart. It's not going to happen under my watch if I can help it. Anything else?
Thank you for.
Yeah, thank you.
for
Yeah,
doing
Okay,
that.
thank you for
thanks.
your service.
Yeah, we really appreciate your work and everyone else's that makes it happen in Hawarden. And it is a very good service for the people of Hawarden, and we appreciate it very much. Thank you for being here, Julie. We'll go on to item 4, approval of the annual utility and ambulance write-offs.
All right, included in the packet, if I ever get down to that page, we have the write-offs for last year ending June 30, 2025. If you look at the trends, we have a little bit larger numbers for our utility write-offs than previous, but ambulance is a little bit down and telecom is a little bit up. Could be just from a couple large accounts that we have in there that are written off at the end, probably due to turnover towards the end of the fiscal year and not doing shut-offs on time. So, but this is just something that needs to be approved annually.
And then you turn out the debt into the state for,
Correct, and
Yeah.
that will actually
I
be
just want
coming when
people to-
when we have an ordinance coming to be able to do that. Since they've switched
Yes.
it to the offset program, the ordinance is in a process. That company that we hired has already put it together for us. So when those start coming through, we'll start passing those, and we'll be able to take these and apply it towards their income taxes next year.
I just want people to know we don't just write it off, and, you go through a process of turning it in to the state, and they will go to pay their property taxes or their vehicle registrations.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
pops up that they owe this debt.
Jacob, do we also use a separate entity for collections like we used to? prior?
We haven't submitted anything to that separate entity in the last at least 3 years.
The state program's pretty good, and that was good when they put that into action. It seems like they're able to.
We were
collect.
getting a lot more results
Yes.
from the other ones. And instead of, we were paying more in because of our collection from the other one and we were putting into the other one.
Correct.
So we kind of paused that for a little bit. We may look at that again. But it seemed that we were just writing them a check all the time for what Iowa was collecting for us. But anyways,
Any other questions about that? If not, could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor of approving the annual utility and ambulance write-offs for fiscal year '25? We will do a roll call vote. Start with Anderson.
Aye.
Feldacker.
Aye.
Clucky.
Aye.
Warner.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Thank you. Number 5 on the agenda is a first reading of ordinance 761, an ordinance amending Chapter 75, all-terrain vehicles and snowmobiles, and we'll be talking about golf carts also. Chief.
As I mentioned several weeks ago, I was looking at state law and what it would take to get our golf cart operation on city streets into compliance with what's required with the state. And so I have put those provisions into suggested amendments for your consideration.
Discussion.
I just want to say that I do plan on having a public hearing on this, whether it's next reading or the meeting after that, to make sure that I'm here for it. We will still have a public hearing so the public can put their input on this as well. We just didn't get it into the paper in time to have it for this one, so.
I would make a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 761, amending chapter 75, and then under 75.05, number 5, ATVs and golf carts shall not be operated upon public sidewalks, maybe comma, city trails, right after that.
Said 7505?
Yes, number 5.
Number 5.
Oops.
So you would be amending by adding the
By
word
adding that
trails.
language, yeah. I was seeing if Jenny found the location of where I was talking.
Oh,
So Patty, you're meaning like walking trails there? not to be
Approve
on the
it,
walking trail.
yeah, like right after public sidewalk, add comma. Or trails.
Okay, we've got a motion. Could I get a second on that, please?
Second it.
Okay. We will do a roll call vote to approve the first reading of ordinance 761, amending Chapter 75 with the addition of the wording trails. Feldhacker.
Aye.
Clucky.
Aye.
Warner.
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Passed 4-0. Thank you. We are down to our consent agenda. We've got a renewal of Class C retail alcohol license from Pina Colada by Sushi to You, and a renewal of Class C retail alcohol license from Lola's Rental Party. Could I have a motion to approve those renewals, please?
So moved.
And a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor of approving those retail licenses, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. We are at the end of our agenda. I would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. Thank you. Our next meeting is September 24th, 2025. Thank you for attending and for watching. We are adjourned.